You are listening to the Self-Help Psychic Podcast with your host, Tabitha Stitt. I am a psychic medium, licensed school teacher, and I am here to provide you with messages from the universe, spirit, source, whatever you'd like to call this higher guiding power. Your soul's purpose is here happening right now. Are you aligned or misaligned? This podcast is going to help you discover everything you're meant to be and beyond. I asked to receive messages for you, yes, you, and always for the highest good. So even though this is a universal message, you know that other people will be listening to this. You know that others will also be receiving this information. The difference is that you will hear this and understand this and take this in differently than anyone else, based off of your circumstances, your situation, your current reality, what you are going through, what you have experienced, your past, your current, your future. This vision that I'm getting actually has something to do with waves, ocean waves, but not so much the water, at least not for now. The first thing that I'm getting is that your toes are being dipped into the sand. They're being covered up. They're being warmed and cooled at the same time. But see, you have to allow yourself to be in the state of receiving this gift from Mother Nature, from Earth, to be in a position of being able to put your feet in the sand. Right now, my feet are on a wooden floor. They're bare feet. I have bare feet now. My toes are moving, feeling the wood floor, feeling the rug, feeling the hardness. So, what is this about? This is about allowing yourself to be in a position of receiving from God consciousness, from your higher self, from your spirit guides. See, in the opposite perspective, and this may be an extreme, but if you're wearing shoes, most likely they have a rubber base to them or a form of rubber. I guess it could be a form of wood. I'm thinking like old clogs. Remember the clogs? My mom loved clogs. And those are not the wood so much, but the rubber, right? The form of rubber. It is the opposite of Mother Nature. So if you're in an office, in a space, in an environment where it's restricting, so let's say you can take your shoes off, but then what's underneath of your feet? More fake, synthetic material. So this isn't, or maybe it is, about material so much. But this is an invitation from Mother Earth to give yourself the opportunity to be immersed in nature, in this expansiveness, in this healing state of receiving. So God, consciousness, spirit is inviting you, encouraging you, really, really encouraging you to get out of whatever it is that you're in and immerse yourself in the healing energy, the healing vibration, the healing high frequency of nature. To take your shoes off, take your sandals off, take your socks off, take the restriction off, and move around Allow the groundedness, allow the squishiness of the mud coming up between the feet and between the toes. Allow for the unearthing of what it feels like to connect to this very nature that you are. That is your essence. This is what you are. There are so many restrictions, whether it be physical, mental, even spiritual, psychological. So many restrictions that we are putting on ourselves because of what we assume we must do based off of what we've put ourselves in. We've chosen to be in certain circumstances. Now, not all of them, right? So sometimes we are placed in a circumstance that seems to be out of our control. And yet, once you realize that you are now in that situation, you can then make decisions and choices that are empowering, that will either slowly or more quickly move you from that circumstance that seems and feels restricting, depleting, suffering, smothering. And instead, you can choose to find, to be immersed, to be enveloped into a situation, a circumstance that feels freeing, that is freeing. You do not have to remain in a sequence of suffering. As soon as you recognize the limitations, the restrictions, you do have the power to move from that. You have the power to take these goddamn rubber shoes off and place your beautiful feet, your beautiful body, your beautiful essence in this sand, on this rock, on this grass, in this earth, on this plateau, this valley, these clouds that are of pure essence. Spirit is encouraging you to remove the synthetic fabrics that are restricting your very essence, and to move toward that is freeing, that will give you the healing, that will give you the freeing, that will give you the sense of floating. Now, does this sound too good to be true? I don't think so. Maybe depending on your circumstance, but you were drawn to this. You were drawn, you were magnetized, you were magnified, you were attracted to this very calling to absorb this information, to receive this information. Now that you have it, it is up to you. There is always a way, my dear. There is always a way. And so it is. Thank you so much for listening. If you have a question that you want answered about spirit, empowering yourself, or how to manifest a life you truly love, head on over to tabithastitt.com/podcast and submit your question there. Until next time, continue to tap into your intuition, take action, and trust the process. And so it is.